Hi, welcome, and welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. So we're doing our Taurus season reading. I know that the Taurus new moon isn't until April 30th, I believe, right? And it's an eclipse new moon, which has its own significance also. I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not even going to try to go into it. That's just what I've heard. So as always, I mean, we're just going to kind of check the energies that we can maybe expect. Happy birthday to you, April Tauruses, and happy birthday to you, May Tauruses. I will, of course, say that again in the May monthly readings. I myself am a May Taurus. I'm right on the cusp of Taurus and Gemini. So it really just kind of depends on the day. Sometimes I feel more Taurus, sometimes I feel more Gemini. It's been a real roller coaster. Also, I have the kind of astrology cards out here. So we have Taurus, and then the second house, because Taurus rules the second house. Taurus is also ruled by Venus. I probably should have brought the Venus card out, but I didn't. So with, Taurus as a sign, their motto is I have, and the second house is about owning. So, I mean, if you know a Taurus, you know that, it is about kind of like possessions, right? But also like luxury, and whatever luxury is to a person, because that can be very different, depending on who you ask. But, I mean, generally, like, their homes are very comfortable and almost very, like kind of decorated in a way where, you kind of feel like you're home yourself. Taurus also talks about growth and abundance. It's definitely, we talk about Pentacles when we talk about earth signs also, right? I mean, this even is a coin here. So it's about, almost kind of like possessing items and acquiring either, physical items or knowledge or talents, even experiences. Tauruses are very down to earth. I mean, it is the sign of the bull. So again, if you know a Taurus, they can be very immovable sometimes. Like, you really kind of have to spend a lot of time convincing them to make a move. Like, change is very hard for us. There's like a certain level of certainty that needs to kind of come along. And as somebody myself that has the left angle cross of uncertainty in human design, that's a fun, and by fun, I mean not fun at all, like duality of, I want to be so certain, but there is almost nothing in my chart that says that I will ever have certainty before I kind of like make a decision about something. So it's about kind of finding comfort in that uncertainty and almost just kind of trusting the process. Of course, Taurus also rules the world of the senses, like, food. Gosh, I mean, I feel like every single anybody who talks about the zodiacs relate food to a Taurus, which, I mean, I can appreciate, like to a certain extent, but it's just like, okay, is there anything else besides food? But I will say, I kind of had to like laugh to myself earlier this week because I have a friend's birthday this week, and I was trying to think of, something to get her, and literally all I was thinking about was food. Like, what can I get her as a gift? And I was like, ooh, wine, or like cupcakes or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. There's my Taurus sun coming out. I apologize if it's kind of loud. The trash truck is going by, of course. So with the second house, The second house talks about being grounded in the physical, you know, like really being grounded in the physical 3D, which is exactly what the Pentacles talk about, right? It's the things that we can touch and feel. And, you know, that's why I think coins is such an easy way of relating the physical 3D to, you know, like abundance, right? But it doesn't necessarily have to be like acquiring actual possessions or acquiring actual wealth. It could be ownership of talents, maintaining a comfortable shelter. It could be living up to your own personal values, right? The one thing about a Taurus too is that they will always, you know, kind of go back to being grounded. I mean, we are, again, like kind of going back to being an earth sign, right? Like we are heavily planted on the ground. So we're just going to kind of do, like, I was just kind of thinking, sorry about that. I haven't really been doing a spread, and I'm probably going to be changing my spread anyway, in general. There might be a couple changes coming anyway, which is perfect for actual Taurus season 2, which makes me think, because again, as a Taurus myself, I'm moving very slow because, again, you know, like, this is hilarious, actually. I wanted to have some level of certainty before I either kind of made those changes. There's like some ideas of videos that I want to add and, you know, kind of try the energy of, and, you know, I've just been kind of working through like my own, blocks and whatever. So anyway, it's a good time to, you know, plant seeds. And, you know, and I think anyway, around this time, you know, people are starting to get their seedlings going so that they can be ready to be planted into the ground later in May. So again, you know, I mean, even just something in our lives, right? Like this is a good time to kind of get something going, kind of, you know, again, just kind of trying on the energy, see how it feels, right? And it's all about, you know, kind of taking baby steps. Okay, I wanted to see if my dog was going to start freaking out because the dogs across the street are. So we have Temperance that came out here. And gosh, I feel like Temperance has just been kind of showing up all over the place for some reason. And Temperance talks about patience. And it's a patience with the process. Because, you know, when we talk about temperance, temperance generally talks about alchemy and, you know, just kind of like understanding that there are certain steps that need to be taken in order to kind of get where you're going, right? And, you know, again, like even when we're talking about alchemy, you're mixing and mingling a bunch of different elements or energies all together. And, you know, if you skip a step, if you do too much of one and not enough of another, you know, then it kind of throws everything out of whack. So it's really kind of about kind of, again, like almost even getting grounded. I mean, Temperance is the card of Sagittarius, so it's not necessarily about getting grounded. But when we're talking about Taurus, it is about, you know, kind of getting grounded and kind of almost like letting things unfold. And it's funny because even like I was out on a walk this morning with Ziggy, and I was thinking about, you know, kind of the plans and the ideas that I have for videos. And I'm just, you know, kind of thinking to myself, okay. So I like just kind of, it was almost like a download, kind of like, it was almost just kind of like something else was reminding me that for me, and it might be the same for you, you know, things seem to unfold for me as I step into them. I would love, I would absolutely love if things unfolded before, because I think that's a very kind of Taurus nature. Also, it could be my Virgo moon, But I would love to kind of be able to plan. I would love to be able to kind of see things and be able to kind of navigate them before I actually come up against them, right? And for most people, I mean, that's just not the case. I think that there are some people where, you know, it kind of unfolds for them before, but it's just, like I said, it was just kind of like a reminder for me, even this Temperance card showing up, about how, you know, like, things always have a way of unfolding as I step into them. And, you know, then I can make the decisions of, you know, do I want to keep this or do I want to let it go? Is it mine or is it somebody else's, you know? So again, you know, like even just kind of talking about Temperance, it's about, you know, kind of letting the energies come in and, you know, kind of deciding, is this, you know, kind of meant for me or not, you know? So let's see. We have the Four of Wands, the Chariot, the Six of Swords. Do I want that here? Okay. We have the Mother of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Fool. Wow. And the High Priestess. What? Judgment. Father of Swords. Magician, Seven of Pentacles. I don't have enough room for... I would love to talk about all of those cards too, and we might. Sorry, hold on. You might come running by. There he goes. Okay. Oh, neighborhood watch. So let me just make sure that everything is in here. Okay. All right. Wow. First of all, I love these cards. I think they're so beautiful. And I think that there's such a Taurus quality to them too. So it's interesting because down here is, you know, almost kind of full of all of this Taurus energy, or at least earth energy. Even at the bottom of the deck, this is exactly what I was talking about, how, you know, the Daughter of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles in a traditional tarot deck. So this is about, you know, planting that seed and letting it grow. And that's kind of what we were talking about over here. So let's just kind of, like go through all of this. So we just talked about Temperance. We have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands talks about foundation. Wands obviously have to do with our fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, which is interesting because we're just kind of coming out of Aries season anyway, right? But, you know, it talks about foundation and structure and, you know, kind of getting to this place where you feel like you have some sort of balance or at least good footing below you, right? Which again is very, very kind of Taurian. And that could even be kind of what this Temperance card is talking about. Like, you know, you're kind of moving in this direction of wanting to have this kind of firm, you know, foundation below you so that you could kind of feel like you can start moving a little bit quicker. And that's what the Chariot talks about. The Chariot is, it's almost kind of like, you know, the universe moving you where you need to go. And it can be a bit fast. And for a Taurus, like I was just kind of saying, you know, even with the bull, right? Like it can be a little bit stubborn to get moving, which is great sometimes, right? Because I mean, we can definitely kind of really kind of plant our feet into something and get really kind of stubborn about either letting it go or moving on from it, which talks about the Six of Swords. We'll get to it. However, right, like, I mean, there's a lot of discernment that, you know, kind of needs to take place in that, because there's nothing wrong with necessarily kind of planting your feet in something that you truly believe in, right? However, where we kind of come against an issue is, you know, if the energy of that thing is actually gone from it and you're in denial. and you don't want to, you know, like you're kind of just waiting for the energy to come back from it, right? Or come back to it. So that's kind of where, again, you know, you kind of need to be a bit discerning, or even just kind of listening to somebody else, you know, kind of maybe help you walk through that. But like going back to what I was saying here, you know, a Taurus does need to have kind of that firm foundation and that feeling of stability before, you know, we kind of feel like we can start moving forward. And I'll tell you, you know, like as a Taurus and the Tauruses that I know, when we do feel like we have a firm foundation, when we do feel like we have enough information, we'll move very quickly. Like that whole bull in a china shop thing, like we will start moving very, very quickly. And it's hard to kind of stop us once those wheels kind of start turning, right? And again, if you know a Taurus, and if you are a Taurus yourself, of course, like you might be like, yep. And then the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords talks literally about like moving on from a situation. Swords have to do with our thoughts. It's the air signs, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You know, but it is very much about, you know, kind of moving on from one way of thinking onto something else. So this could even be, you know, kind of changing a perspective. And even so, right, like kind of what I was talking about with myself about how, you know, like things tend to kind of unfold and open themselves up as I step into them. And this could even be, you know, like a change in direction. This could be even, you know, just kind of like that energy kind of opens up, and the energy can just kind of flow a bit better with it. And it maybe just even kind of carries us onto something else. Because even with the Six of Swords, like the general depiction or traditional depiction of the Six of Swords is that you are being kind of guided out of choppy waters and into more kind of calm, peaceful, kind of tranquil waters. And that's kind of more in the way of the way that we're thinking. So, you know, this kind of stability or foundation that kind of shows up, it allows you to kind of start moving forward a bit quicker. And it also maybe just kind of gives you a bit of peace of mind. Because, you know, here it's like, you know, no longer are these swords, they turn into flowers, right? So there's this kind of like perspective change, or, you know, it could even just be like, you know, thoughts blooming. Like it could just be like whatever this thing is, like, you know, whatever kind of seed you're planting, whatever kind of, you know, kind of alchemy that is kind of going on for you right now, it could just maybe even blossom and, you know, kind of have all these different, you know, like ideas and inspirations. That's really cool. And then we have the Mother of Pentacles, or the Queen of Pentacles down here. And the Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing and content. Again, you know, we even talk about grounded when we talk about the Queen of Pentacles. And the queens are the ones that embody the energy ourselves, right? So this is embodying literally, you know, the Taurus energy. And I believe, is the Queen? No, okay. I thought the Queen of Pentacles might be the Taurus card, but it is not. So, you know, but still, even when we talk about, you know, Taurus, right? We are talking about having your needs met financially. There is this level of abundance happening, you know, like there's these apples are ripening, right? I mean, like there are, like you're kind of starting to benefit from the fruits of your labor, because we started at the seed and now we ended up, you know, where we can harvest, right? Ace of Pentacles is literally the seed. So, which is beautiful. And I'm going to kind of go through these and then I'll relate everything back together. So the Ace of Pentacles is literally a brand new seed. This is literally a brand new opportunity coming into you. This could be a brand new stream of income. It could be, you know, a new house. It could be, you know, again, because when we talk about Pentacles, we talk about the physical 3D things. So, I mean, this could even be your health you know, because our bodies, our physical 3D body is very much Earth and Taurus energy. And then we have this Fool card here, which is beautiful next to the Ace of Pentacles. The Fool is literally stepping into something new. I don't know if you can see, but we have these, you know, kind of feet here, kind of looking off a cliff, jumping onto this path here, right? Like, and I love how, you know, there's just this flow of energy, because that's what I was talking about with the Six of Swords, right? And then the High Priestess. I always see the High Priestess as being the kind of like direct link to our higher selves. This is being in tune with our star player. Right? I mean, we can see the third eye here. It talks about intuition, inner knowing, right? And I love that it's even next to the Fool card, because it's kind of like, you know, kind of following your own compass. Like this path that's opening up for you is definitely in alignment with you and who you are, right? So, you know, these two together, like Temperance and the Mother of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles, there seems to be kind of this, you know, the alchemy that's going on to get you to this Queen of Pentacles energy, to where like you feel content. You feel like your needs are met. You feel like, you know, I mean, this is talking about having a savings account, like, you know, having money in your account, and, you know, just being kind of able to have that firm foundation here, right? It's stability, it's money, it's comfort is more so, because it's of course it's about money, but it's not like just about acquiring it just to have it. It's acquiring it to have this level of comfort. I have to keep like just kind of messing with these cards. I found like, I don't know if it just kind of helps me think. And then we have the Four of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And this is exactly it, right? Like having this stability by way of, you know, income. And this, again, it could be a new stream of income. It could be, you know, something that you have been, you know, kind of working on, something, a seed that you have planted is starting to sprout, and you're starting to, you know, kind of benefit from the fruits of those labors again. I mean, it could even be investments. It's, you know, some sort of, you know, kind of, seed is rooted here. And then with the Chariot and the Fool card, I mean, this is, again, just really kind of fast. So if you are a Taurus, I would say, you know, probably kind of get yourself prepared for things to move a little bit faster. Again, like I said, you know, like I know as a Taurus, like I don't mind when things move fast if I have enough information. And it seems like there is going to be enough information. It really just kind of like almost kind of dive headfirst into it. Like you're going to kind of want to step into this new beginning. And it's almost because too, like you can see how it's going to blossom. Like, you know, this energy here, these little kind of wispy energies there. Like, it's almost like, you know, you can just, there's either some sort of confirmation that comes in, or, you know, even just by doing it, right? Because again, like I was saying at the beginning, things tend to really kind of unfold and open up and blossom like as you kind of step into them. And maybe that's something that you resonate with too, because it's definitely for me. And that's not always comfortable. It's actually never comfortable. I'm not going to lie. So, but there is this level of trust, because there comes a point where there's literally no other choice. Like, there's no other, like, I come to a point where I'm like, I've thought about every which way I can think about it. and I haven't really talked myself out of it yet. So there's really no other choice except for to step off of this cliff and just start walking on this path and see what happens. And then again, you know, the Six of Swords energy, it's almost like, you know, it's going to carry you to either what is going to blossom, or, you know, it is just going to open up kind of beautifully for you. And even this High Priestess here. And I love how, you know, we start with Temperance and we end with the High Priestess, because I mean, obviously the High Priestess is a second card. It comes way before Temperance. But Temperance, or excuse me, the High Priestess under the Six of Swords, it's like, you know, it's almost maybe like your intuition is opening. This could even just be like feeling more in your own skin is the term that came to mind, because whatever this journey is, or whatever it has been, or whatever it is starting to be, is definitely more in line with what you see for your future, or even what you see for tomorrow, right? I mean, it doesn't even have to be that far out into the future, right? But it's at least like more in alignment with yourself. And it started with planting a seed. Beautiful. And that could even be what this alchemy thing is going on here too. Like, you know, I mean, it's definitely the alchemy of, you know, kind of the cosmos and the stars, right? Or the universe. It could be God if you connect to a higher power. It's kind of, you know, it can be this kind of behind the scenes stuff that's happening that, I mean, you could be on like some sort of kind of like just I'm sorry, I got lost in my words there for a second. Excuse me. I was trying to talk way faster than my mouth was moving, or even my brain. This could be, you know, kind of a journey that you've even been on for a while, as far as like really kind of figuring out like, who am I and what do I have? And, you know, what type of ownership do I want to take in my own life and my own experience, right? And so, you know, kind of melding all of these energies together and like, you know, letting go of the bullshit that does not apply to us. It was somebody else's stuff that we picked up along the way. So, you know, really kind of sifting through all of that and really, you know, kind of at the end here, by the end of Taurus season, or it doesn't even have to be by the end of Taurus season, but really kind of focusing on, like I said, you know, our star player, who we are, who we want to be, what is our expression in the world, right? And how do we want to express those things? And even, you know, this is kind of a message for me too, but, you know, kind of living those things fearlessly and just trying them on. I know, like for me, and again, if you've if you've watched multiple videos on here, like I will try things on just to see how they fit. I tried a pick a card reading. I tried, you know, like even these zodiac season readings, like, you know, I'm going to continue doing them as long as they feel good. And they have been feeling good every time that I've done them. So, you know, again, it's just kind of like about trying things on, seeing if they fit, right? Seeing how they fit on you. And if they don't fit, take them off, let it go. Or, you know, kind of change it up, you know, like really kind of even just change it to what does fit you. And that's even what the Fool card talks about too. That could be what the Six of Swords is even talking about. You know, again, like this transformation from being, you know, kind of a sharp-edged sword to, you know, kind of more of a flower is a transformation, right? This is absolutely beautiful. And I hope that there is some sort of like kind of confirmation in here for you, because I feel like there was some sort of confirmation in here for me. I know I just have more work to do, which I absolutely love and I have no problem with. So stay tuned for that. And I am just going to leave it there. Beautiful. Actually, do I want to leave it there? Let me see. Okay. We have Judgment, the Father of Swords, Magician, and Seven of Pentacles. Holy crap. I could keep going on. Should I? No. I just kind of want to talk about these really quick. Wow. Hold on. Okay. We have Judgment, Father of Swords, the Magician, and Seven of Pentacles. Just really quick. Judgment talks about, literally even just going from being Temperance and alchemizing all of these energies to this Queen of Pentacles, right? There's this transformation that happens with the Judgment card, and it is the card of discernment also, because I know, like I was talking about that before. So, there is this kind of transformation that's happening. The Father of Swords is the King of Swords in the traditional. And that talks about being very, kind of clear in the direction that you want to head in. He's even looking at the Magician card here, right? So again, even having discernment, and there's this level of discipline also that comes with the Father of Swords. But swords have to do with our thoughts, right? So, there's this control that you have over your thoughts, or even just, again, like having this clarity with your thoughts. The Magician, which actually is the card right after the Fool and right before the High Priestess, talks about, it's understanding that you have all of the tools that you need in order to move forward with something. So that's even awesome that it's on top of the Chariot. So this is, kind of understanding that, even whatever you need is going to show up for you. So when you kind of do step off of this cliff and you do start heading forward, the Magician says that, what you need is going to show up for you on that path. So again, there's kind of this level of trust that needs to happen. And then the Seven of Pentacles talks about really kind of, like focusing your energy into growing a thing. So this, the Seven of Pentacles understands that you can't just plant a seed in the ground and expect it to grow. Like you still have to foster it and, like water and, pay attention so that it can grow into something edible, or right, like it grows into something that's more mature, right? You can't just plant a seed in the ground and be like, okay, I don't have to do anything anymore, right? So it's understanding that you have to kind of focus your energy into it for it to grow, which is amazing even here too. Even just the Six of Swords with these flowers blooming is exactly what the Seven of Pentacles talks about. It goes from being a seed to flowers. And this could even be just, an internal kind of process that's happening where, there's something inside of you that's blossoming because it's something that you've been fostering with this Temperance card, right? Like really just been kind of, I always do this when I think about Temperance, like really just kind of like melding those energies together and mixing and matching and adding and taking away, and right? Like that's what the Seven of Pentacles does. Beautiful. And I am actually going to leave it there now. Thank you so much for being here. And again, like I said, I hope that there's some sort of confirmation in here for you as well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.